Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Dance Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan. Ang istasyong magbibigay impormasyon kahit saan man.
Alright, here we go.
106.3 Dance Radio. Doña Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela.
This
106.3 DWDR FM. Facts and information. Today's learning for you normal with capable teachers whose heart and soul are divine. Delivered knowledge inside your home through 106.3 Dance Radio. Fully dedicated to serve the public in tribute to education, reproduce of radio-based instruction. We are pleased to deliver the utmost aim of education only here on 106.3 DWDR-FM.
Education and learning are one of the most important ingredients to becoming all that you can be. How open you are to learning will help determine your path in life. Good afternoon and a pleasant to all, especially to our grade 7 learners out there. Welcome to another exciting and fun-filled adventure in the world of English. Yan. Blessed Wednesday also to all our administration staff of Doña Aurora National High School. I'm Teacher Dennis Mendoza, and with me are the other grade 7 English teachers, Teacher Claudine, Teacher Ninya, and Teacher Geraldine.
Yes, so a pleasant afternoon also to my grade 7 Rizal who are listening right now. I am Teacher Claudine and from back.
Yes. Hello, Donyans. Good afternoon, dear grade 7 learners. Okay, so special greetings, of course, to my advisory class, grade 7 Jacinto, and also to 7 Del Pilor and 7 Lapu-Lapu. Please stay tuned until the end of this episode. Okay, thank you.
Hello! Happy Wednesday, everyone! Especially to my 7 Sining and 7 Kultura. Please stay tuned until the end of this segment.
Yes, and today is going to be a wonderful day, for we are going to talk about expressing beliefs and convictions. You are going to listen to your second RBI lesson for quarter 3, shift 2, about expressing beliefs and conviction. Now, this is aligned with the most essential learning competency. Express one beliefs and conviction based on a material viewed. As you listen, you should be able to do the following expected to. Number 1, differentiate beliefs and conviction. Number 2, identify signal phrases used in expressing beliefs and convictions. And number 3, formulate sentences that express beliefs and convictions. For those who are following us via our Facebook live stream, don't forget to comment our hashtag for today. Comment in our chat box, hashtag expressing beliefs and conviction. Kailangan may makita na kami ngayon, mga anak, ha?
Yes, hashtag expressing beliefs and convictions. We are expecting much that you are going to stay focused as you listen until the end of this segment. Be ready with your last and your writing materials. Here now is your RBI lesson for today. Please do responsible listening.
Dance Radio, silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin makabago, paraan ang pagtuturo.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
sa siyo'y susulong. Basta't magtulong-tulong, sulong ito kalidad. That's radio. Learning is amazing.
Language,
Grammar and literature.
a program that will develop your vocabulary.
Comprehension.
Critical and analytical skills.
This is the English Learning Area. Only here on 106.3, the WDRFM Dance Radio.
Where learning is amazing.
Wishing you a wonderful and blessed Tuesday morning, our dear listeners, especially the grade 7 learners of Doña Aurora National High School. This is your school on the air and it's English time. We are happy to be with you today, dear learners. I am your host, Teacher Catherine S. Ordinario. With me is our technical specialist, Teacher Michael John M. Tumolak.
Wow!
Today, we are going to learn about expressing beliefs and convictions.
Alright!
Let me now introduce to you your radio teacher, Teacher Nina Jenny C. Guillermo. Have a good time!
Happy Tuesday morning, everyone! Especially to our dear grade 7 learners who are listening right now. I am your radio teacher for today, Teacher Nina Jenny C. Guillermo. Last time, you learned how to use appropriate oral language, stance, and behavior in giving instructions, making explanations, and narrating events. So, let us review first before going to the next lesson.
Alright!
What is oral language?
Oral language is the system through which we use spoken words to express knowledge, ideas, and feelings, ma'am.
Very good! What is stance and behavior?
Stance can be defined as the attitude that the speaker has towards the topic of his or her message. Stance and behavior are bodily actions combined with oral language to convey a message, ma'am.
Excellent! The stance that you take will greatly determine the tone of your message and the words that you choose. To sum it up, oral language, stance, and behavior are tools you use for communication.
Wow!
They are representations of your thoughts and feelings. Also, these tools communicate your ideas. This morning, we shall have a new lesson. We are going to discuss culture, history, environment, and literature, and expressing beliefs and convictions. You are expected to relate a culture or tradition relevant to the Ilocano people, write values that Filipinos observe during American colonial period, and express ideas and opinions based on text listened to. My dear learners, our lesson is very essential because you will learn about culture, history, environment, and literature, and the difference between a belief and a conviction. Are you holding your learning activity sheets now?
Yes, ma'am.
That's good! Remember, the title of your learning activity sheets 1 is Culture, History, Environment, and Literature. And your learning activity sheets 2 is Expressing Beliefs and Convictions. My dear learners, literature unlocks man's rich cultural heritage. recounts his history, and unveils his unique environment. In today's lesson, we are going to discuss the story titled How My Brother Leon Brought Home a Wife by Manuel E. Argilla.
Wow!
Let us discover together the factors that contribute to your understanding of the text, enabling you to explain how a particular selection is influenced by culture, history, environment, and other factors. But before we proceed, let us be familiarized with the local terms used in the selection. How My Brother Leon Brought Home a Wife.
Wow!
Relate a culture or tradition relevant to the Ilocano people, explaining how the author was influenced in writing the text. Let's start with number 1. The word is waig. Do you have any idea about an Ilocano culture or tradition related to the word waig?
Ma'am, waig relates to get together or reunion. The locals anywhere in rural areas fortify bond with family, friends, and even acquaintances over a meal or just snacks, mostly in waig.
That is excellent! How about the word manong? What Ilocano culture does the word manong pertain to?
Ma'am, the word manong relates to the culture of respect. Natives typically preserves values heritage by manifesting respect reflected in the way they address people older than they are or to whom they regard as manong or mana.
Good work! Next is the word labang. What Ilocano culture can you relate with this word?
The word labang relates to the culture of hard work. Ilocanos, known as hard-working people, are iconized by carabaos, typically toiling non-stop in the field they cultivate.
You are correct! How about the word kalesa? What Ilocano culture does the word kalesa pertain to?
Ma'am, the word kalesa is a means of transportation. The locals of La Union used to ride in this two-wheeled horse-drawn carriage similar to the culture of people in Ilocos, its nearby province.
Exactly! Last is the word kaselin. What Ilocano culture is related to this word?
Casilin also relates to a culture of respect. The people of La Union honor their elders, mirrored on how they are addressed like Casilin.
Excellent! You are now familiar with the local terms used in the selection. You are now ready to listen to a summary of the selection. How My Brother Leon Brought Home a Wife by Manuel E. Argilla. While listening, take note of the values that Filipinos observe during the American colonial period. Here now is the story. Enjoy!
How My Brother Leon Brought Home a Wife by Manuel E. Argilla. Baldo was able to meet his older brother's wife, Maria, after being provided a ride by Ka or the elderly Celine with a kalesa. As Baldo saw his manong's wife, he described her as lovely, tall, and beautiful. In her is reflected a woman who, though described as civilized, still shows the values atypical of a maiden in ancient times. Upon their journey to Leon's home, Leon is wondering why Baldo drove them to the Waig. instead of the Camino Real? Baldo answered that he drove hitching labang or their bull following routes of Waig because their father told him to do so. The Waig route will serve as test to Maria if she can live in the province, which differs a lot from the city where she lived in. But then, it seems like Maria likes Leon's province.
Wow!
She described this as beautiful, fresh air, clean, and free of dust. During their journey, Maria was worried if Leon's father and family would like her. When they arrived home, father talked to Baldo, asking what happened during their travel. The father asked Baldo if Maria was afraid in their place. Baldo answered that Maria was not afraid, and instead, she enjoyed the journey.
Wow!
A beautiful story. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, ma'am.
Good! Now, let's identify the values that the Filipinos observed during the American colonial period as reflected by the lines taken from the summary. The first line is, the Waig route will serve as test to Maria if she can live in the province, which differs a lot from the city where she lived in. What Filipino value does the line portray?
I believe the Filipino value portrayed by the line is resiliency, ma'am.
You are correct! Resiliency is likened to the admirable characteristic of the bamboo that bends to the strength of the wind and its ability to bounce back to its original state. When faced with problems, Filipinos paint their faces with a smile and exude positivity in order to get over with their problems.
All right.
Next line is, though civilized, it still shows the values typical of a maiden in ancient time. What value does the line convey?
The line conveys being conservative, ma'am.
Correct! Filipino women are known for being conservative despite modernization. Number 3. Baldo answered that Maria was not afraid and instead she enjoyed the journey. What value does this line convey?
It conveys being brave, ma'am.
You are right! Fourth line is, Baldo answered that he drove hitching labang or their bull following route of Waig because father told him to do so. What value does the line convey?
I believe the value conveyed by the line is being obedient, ma'am.
Very good! Baldo obediently followed his father's advice. Do you also obey your parents' advice?
Yes, ma'am.
That's good! The last line is, but then it seems like Maria likes Leon's province. She described this as beautiful, fresh air, clean, and free of dust. What does the line convey?
It conveys being appreciative, ma'am.
Precisely! As students, your understanding of literary piece or a selection relies heavily on your knowledge of the culture, history, and environment from which the text you read is written. On these literary forms, culture, history, and environment may have influence. How does culture influence literature?
Individual writers are inevitably influenced by the beliefs, customs, values, and behaviors or culture of their societies. Therefore, their stories are better understood if we consider the ideas and events that shape people's attitudes in the particular place and time.
Very well said. Culture appears in all fiction books. With every setting comes a societal influence. Next, how does history influence literature?
The history of people can be reflected in its literature in the sense that literature often preserves the values of different eras, the stylistic traits of different periods, the typical concerns of different ages, and the challenges in the language in which a people's literature is written.
You are correct. Literature acts as a prism through which a time period can be viewed and allows the values of a time to be mirrored. And last, how does environment influence literature?
Environment refers to the circumstances, objects, or conditions by which a group of people is surrounded. What surrounds man shows influence on literature.
Very good! Culture, history, and environment of a group of people influence the things that we read. Think critically. We may adapt it or not. What is important is that we respect these things as they are these people's treasure, their heritage. I can see that you truly enjoyed this lesson. I'll be back after a short reminder.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. I have just finished accomplishing the task found in my module. How can I send you my outputs for checking and feedbacking?
Oh, that's a nice question. There are actually 3 ways for a student like you to submit your outputs. 1. It could be via online. That is, if you are capable to connect online. You can just upload your outputs in your Google Classroom, or you can take pictures and send them through your group chat or messenger account.
Ma'am, how about if we do not have internet connection?
If you do not have internet connection, you can submit your accomplished tasks in 2 ways. 1. You can ask your parents to submit your outputs in the designated drop-off center. 2. You can save your outputs if you have available flash drive, CD, or DVD at home, and submit it in the designated drop-off center in your respective barangay.
Wow! It's nice to know that there are varied ways on how we can submit our accomplished task.
Always remember, for submission of outputs, you can do it via online, offline, or physical submission. Because at Dance, we make amazing things possible.
I'm back! Before we proceed with the next activity, let us first discuss the differences between beliefs and convictions. What is a belief?
Ma'am, a belief is something that an individual considers as the truth. It expresses viewpoints, but it is not based on facts or other evidences. A belief is also an opinion, which is why it cannot serve as the basis for a formal argument.
Very well said! Beliefs are very personal ideas and cannot be rejected because they express an opinion of another. Our beliefs can stretch and adapt in accordance to new situations that we face in life.
Ma'am, can you give an example of a belief?
Example, in my personal view, the coronavirus makes us separated from others because of social distancing. The sentence is an example of a belief because it states a personal opinion. Other examples are superstitious beliefs that we Filipinos sometimes observe. Superstitious beliefs are also considered examples of beliefs because they are not based on facts or other evidences. Can you give me an example of a superstitious belief?
Ma'am, an example of a superstitious belief is you will become tall if you jump on New Year's Eve.
Your example is correct. That is considered a superstitious belief because it is not based on facts and evidences. Now let's proceed to conviction. What is a conviction?
A conviction is a firm belief that an individual has on a particular subject. It is usually different from a belief because an individual becomes convinced of something after he has a thorough knowledge and understanding of all available information, ma'am.
Excellent! A belief changes with time and new experiences. Yet, a conviction remains the same. However, conviction is more complex than belief as it becomes a point of view of the world.
Ma'am, can you give us an example of a conviction?
An example of a conviction is, in my personal view, it is necessary to follow social distancing to ensure safety for all. The sentence is considered a conviction because it is based on related information. Now, can you give me an example of a conviction?
Ma'am, an example is, I believe that we have to wash our hands for at least 60 seconds with soap and water. If no soap is available, use hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol.
Excellent! There are basic signal phrases in expressing beliefs or convictions. These are, I believe, in my opinion, I think, in my personal view, and from my point of view. Now, can you give me the difference between a belief and a conviction?
Ma'am, a belief is an acceptance that the statement is true or that something exists, while a conviction is a firmly held, stable, and long-term belief based on related information.
Very well said. I can see that you truly understand the difference between a belief and a conviction. Now let's dig deeper into our lesson for today. You will listen to a text titled The Origin of the World, written by Damiana L. Eugenio. As you listen attentively, take note of the Maranao's beliefs about the origin of the world.
The Origin of This World by Damiana L. Eugenio. According to Maranao folklore, this world was created by a great being. It is not known, however, who is this great being, or how many days it took him to create this world. This world is divided into 7 layers. The earth has also 7 layers. Each layer is inhabited by a different kind of being.
The uppermost layer, for example, is the place where we are inhabiting. The second layer is being inhabited by dwarfs. These dwarfs are short, plump, and long-haired. They are locally known as karibanga. They are said to possess magical powers. They are usually invisible to the human eye. The third layer of the earth, which is found under the sea or lake, which is inhabited by nymphs. These nymphs also possess certain magical powers. It is stated in the story of Raja Indrapatra that he met and fell in love with a princess nymph with whom he had a child. The sky also consists of 7 layers. Each layer has a door which is guarded day and night by huge mythical birds called Garoda. The 7th layer of the sky is the seat of heaven, which is also divided into 7 layers. Every layer in the sky is inhabited by angels. Maranaos believe that angels do not need food. They all possess wings with which they fly. Heaven, which is found on the 7th layer of the sky, is where good people's spirits go after death. Saints are assigned to the 7th layer, while persons who barely made it are confined to the lowermost layer, which is found at the bottom of heaven. It is in heaven where we find the tree of life. On each leaf of the tree of life is written the name of every person living on earth. As soon as a leaf ripens or dries and falls, the person whose name it carries also dies. The soul of every person is found in tightly covered jars kept in one section of heaven. This particular section of heaven is closely guarded by a monster with 1,000 eyes named Walo-Walo. In addition to these 1,000 eyes, he has also 8 hairy heads. The epic Darangan speaks of Madali, Bantugan's brother, and Mabaning, husband of Lawanen, entering this section and retrieving the soul of Bantugan.
Did you enjoy listening to this story?
Yes, ma'am.
That's great! Now let's check how well you understood the story. A while ago, I asked you to take note of the Baranao's beliefs mentioned in the story. Now, let us enumerate them and compare your own beliefs on how the world was created. Let's begin. What is the first belief mentioned in the text?
In the story titled The Origin of the World, the first belief of the Maranaos that was mentioned is they believe that the world was created by a great being and that this world is divided into 7 layers.
Exactly! The Baranaos believe that the world was created by a great being and that this world has 7 layers. Do you agree with the Maranaos belief?
No, ma'am.
Why do you say so? What is your own belief on how this world was created?
I believe that God created heaven and earth in 7 days, ma'am.
Very well. After reading the text, we can compare the Baranaos beliefs and your own beliefs on how this world was created, and there are similarities and differences. The Maranaos believe that the world was created by a great being and that this world has 7 layers, while you strongly believe that God created heaven and earth in 7 days. So, that is the first belief mentioned in the text. Now, continue identifying the other beliefs of the Maranaos and compare them with your own beliefs. You may do so after this broadcast. At this time, let's sum up today's lesson. Literature refers to a collection of written works of a country and may be in prose or poetical form. It refers to short stories, essays, novels, plays, and poems. To check your understanding of today's lesson, answer the following activities. You may do so after this broadcast. Now, please turn your learning activity sheets on page 2. You can find their activity number 2 titled Choose to Complete. In this activity, you are going to complete the sentences that express belief and conviction from the words used in the vocabulary development activity. Use the given brief definitions as your clue. Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. This time, for your reflection, answer the questions briefly but substantially. How do culture, history, environment, and other factors affect the crafting of a selection? Observe correct grammar, spelling, capitalization, and punctuation. Write your reflection on a separate sheet of paper. Don't forget to answer the printed weekly validating questions attached with your learning activity sheets. That ends our discussion this morning. I hope you had a great time listening. If you have any question or clarification, feel free to send me a message. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time.
Thank you, Teacher Nina, and also to our dear learners for spending another wonderful morning with us. I hope you learned a lot in today's lesson. Always remember the words of Steve Jobs, and I quote, "If you are working on something that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you." Very inspiring. I would also like to acknowledge our script writer, Teacher Claudine N. Rambak, language editor, Teacher Jonah A. Buduan, content editor, Ma'am Ophelia S. Ralutin, and our technical specialist, Teacher Michael John M. Tumulak. Thank you very much. God bless and stay safe. Goodbye!
Language,
Grammar, and literature.
a program that will develop your vocabulary.
Comprehension.
Critical and analytical skills.
This is the English Learning Area. Only here on 106.3, the WDRFM Dance Radio.
Where learning is amazing. Dance Radio, siniparalan sa radyo, atid namin makabago, paraan ang pagtuturo.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong
the second RBI lesson for Quarter 3, Shift 2. And before we start, let me read to you the flow of the discussion today, my dear learners. Teacher Dennis will do the preliminaries for the new lesson. I will discuss about belief. Teacher Jarlene will discuss about convictions. And Teacher Nina will discuss about the expressions used to express beliefs and convictions. So before we start, let's have a review. Can you still remember our past lesson? Hurry up and key in your answers in the chat box, my dear learners. So what is our past lesson?
Okay.
Yes, dear learners. Key in your answer.
Yan.
Yes.
Tatanggap
Naalala pa kaya nila, Sir Dennis, yung past lesson natin?
Tatanggap kayo na isang supot na
Yes. What did we discuss last meeting?
Oral language daw?
Yes, correct. That is oral language. Amazing. Your answers are correct. In our past lesson, we talked about oral language. Any further details, Sir Dennis, about oral language?
Yan. Oral language sa Ilocano is maibalikas ang pagsasao. Di ba? Yeah, oral language is the system through which we use spoken words to express knowledge, ideas, and feelings. Yun, di ba?
And then?
It stands together with behavior. Is conveying a message not through voice or words, but through bodily postures and actions.
Yes, very well said, Teacher Dennis. Thank you so much. What is the purpose of oral language, Teacher Nina?
Okay, let's talk about the purpose of oral language. So oral language allows an individual to express emotions, ideas, and feelings.
Yes. Thank you, Ma'am Nina. Why do we need oral language, Teacher Jarlene?
Yes, teacher. Oral language gives the people the ability to empower, inspire, and motivate those who listen, and it allows people to share knowledge and traditions as well as build their self-esteem.
Thank you so much. Well, I think they are ready, Teacher Nina.
Yes. They are ready to answer this 3-item activity.
Yes.
Okay, so this time let us check their understanding in oral language by answering this 3-item activity. The illustrations are posture and bodily gestures that may add meaning to the message of a speaker. So, what they are going to do, they are going to identify the meaning of each act. Don't forget.
Bonus yung number 1.
Name, section, item number, and your answer. Okay.
Sa mga nakikinig sa radyo, ayan. ang nasa picture po yung tao na ang kanyang mga kamay ay nasa kanyang
pocket.
Bulsa. Okay.
Nasa kanyang bulsa. Ayan. Pocket.
Na-flash na din po yung sagot. Kaya bonus na yan.
Sa mga nasa radyo.
So, anong tawag natin dyan sa stance?
Sige, giveaway na natin yun. Giveaway na natin.
Yes. That is
ano sagot?
hiding. You are hiding something. If you are?
Sige, sino sumagot dito?
Yes, sino yung sumagot?
Aslin Timoteo, as if you're hiding something. Ayan.
And then si Kit Mamwad. Hiding something.
Congratulations.
Okay. Correct answer.
Okay, yes.
May tatanggapin ba sila?
You will get
sige. Chocolate? Talaga?
chocolate.
Nakalagay
20
chocolate.
peso.
20 pesos na lang.
Yes, 20 pesos.
20 pesos.
Yes. Sino? Ilista mo ba ha? Si Mark, pangalan nun?
Sino ba si Azli?
Aslin. Oo, Aslin. Tama ba ko?
Okay, let's move for number 2.
Tsaka si ma'am, si Kit Mamwad Magaway.
Okay, let's
Ako na bahala sa 22. Go.
Okay, let's
for number
have
2.
number 2.
We have here.
Okay.
Ayan. Sa mga nakikinig sa radyo, yung tao po ay nakakunip-klip-kip. Nakakulip na?
Nakabalnikis.
Well, kasi dito Ilocano.
Nakabalnikis in Ilocano.
Sa Ilocano, ha?
So, anong tawag natin sa behavior na yan?
Okay.
Madami ng sagot, Sir Dennis.
Okay, mayroon na sa bugot. Ito.
Aslin, Princess.
Si anong nauna, no? Yung mga nakasagot na, salamat. Oo. Ito si Sarah Litan, defensive, sabi niya. 7 Newton. Si Aslin, looks defensive. Jeka may Pasilaw. Oo, sinagot mo na. Kasi na kayo ha, naguguluhan yung aming
Naguguluhan yung aming presentation na mali-mali na siya.
Nanalo na si Aslin eh. Nanalo na.
So iba naman.
Si Ashley naman 'tong isa. Sige, Ashley naman yung isa. Sige, Ashley, okay. Ashley Timoteo.
Ashley.
Sige.
Okay. So
last but not the least.
Okay, for the last item.
Ayan, tatlo. Ano yung ginagawa ng tatlo?
Ano ba yung ginagawa ng tatlo?
Yung mga nasa radyo ha, sila Tito Vic and Joey. Hindi, joke lang. Tatlo sila, lahat sila ay ang mga kamay ay nasa harapan.
Yes,
Nakababa. Tinatakpan.
Oo, yung parang may tinatakpan.
Yes.
Yan, tingnan natin ang sagot. Sagot dito, number 3 ay sino ba na?
Mark Alwin Padaong ng 7 Soliman. Converting something.
Converting.
Covering siguro sabi niya.
Covering siguro.
Jeka May Pasilaw, covering something.
Covering something.
Jamie
Abad.
Abad.
So, ang sagot ay
Covering
something. Jeka May. Yan. Jeka May Pasilaw. Meron ba nag-lista sa atin?
Meron. Ang dami niyong binabanggit. Hindi ko alam kung sino nilista ko.
Charlene. Okay, so
thank you.
mukhang nakinig silang lahat noong last week. Okay, so thank you so much, dear learners. Now, let us have Sir Dennis to give you a fun game. So take it away, Sir Dennis.
Panda, dito mama kayo. Okay, before we go further with our lesson, let us have first a game. Hide and seek. Walaan nyo. No, game. I want you to tell me something about the photos that we will show you. And you need to determine the Filipino beliefs illustrated in these pictures. Ibig sabihin mga anak, determina. Ano ba sa Tagalog? Determina. Alamin. Kilalanin ninyo kung ano yung mga Filipino beliefs na pinapahayag.
Ano nga ba yung mga beliefs, Sir Dennis?
Ayan, siyempre, belief. Bukabal ba? Belief sa. Okay, belief is paniniwala. Okay, in Filipino. Pamati sa Ilocano. Ha? Belief is an opinion or something that a person holds to be true. So all you have to do is to determine the Filipino beliefs illustrated in these pictures. Write your name, section, and answer in our comment box.
Yes.
Here is the first picture. Ano to? Yan. Okay. Sa mga nakikinig sa mga nakikinig sa radyo, ito po ay mag-ina. Tama ba?
Conversation, yes.
Nag-uusap na mag-ina. Sabi nung ina ay ano sabi ng ina? Babasahin ko ba?
Ayan, sabi ni nanay, ako si nanay, kunwari Sir Dennis.
Okay, sige.
Sige nanay, ano ba nanay?
Sabi niya, don't make Lego after you run. You might get pasma, no? Sabi niya.
Sabi nung anak ay
Sir Dennis?
Hindi ko mabasa ito.
How konyo? How konyo, ma?
So ano po yung ibig sabihin doon?
So ano kaya yung paniniwala ng mga Pilipino na ipinapahayag ng illustration natin? Go, my dear learners. Okay.
Write your name, section,
load
and answer.
Ilang load ang ibibigay natin dito, Sir Dennis?
Siyempre, bibigyan mo pa rin niya ng 20 pesos worth of load.
Yes, 20 pesos worth of load.
Oo, sige.
Okay, key in your answer now, dear learners.
Ano kaya yung paniniwala?
Ano yung paniniwalang ipinapakita
ito
dyan?
si Azli, Timoteo. Kapag naligo, pagkatapos tumakbo, mapapasma daw. Yun ba ang tamang sagot, Sir Dennis?
Basahin mo pa iba, ma'am. Meron pang ibang sagot.
Meron pa, si Azli. Kapag naligo, pagkatapos tumakbo, mapapasma.
Kasi yan sabi nung karamihan dito, sabi ni Christine, tama ba? Kirsten. Sabi niya kasi is belief. Yan. Yes, belief ang pinag-usapan natin dito. Pero ano yung idea dyan na ipinapakita?
Ano yung paniniwala na ipinapakita ng ating picture?
Just say it in simple English. Ayan, parang ganun.
In simple English
Kahit simple English lang. Yan. Bigyan ko na kayo ng first word.
Yes.
Never.
Never.
Okay.
Parang yung sagot nila Azli and Azlin ay tumama na. Pero, You need to translate it in English na lang siguro.
Yes, anak. Sige, go.
Yes.
Ayan. Sabi ni Liza Orifon, you'll get sweaty even after you bait.
You'll get sweaty even after
you bait. Yun kaya yun? Sige pa. Never take a bath after running.
Ayun, pwede.
Rita din. Never take a bath. A shower
running.
after running.
So, sige natin kung ang tamang
So,
sagot.
ano yung tamang sagot natin?
Tararat. Never bathe if you're
Tired. Pero lahat naman ng sinabi nila, Sir Dennis, ay
tama.
Yes.
Ayan. Kasi alam nyo mga anak, Filipinos have been told to never bathe immediately after a sweaty workout or a tiring day, as it can lead to spasm or excessive sweating, tremors, and numbness. The term spasma originates from the Spanish word espasmo, which means spasm. It is considered a folk illness. The tremors are alleged to be caused by the cold being trapped inside the body. However, there is no scientific basis for this, and skipping showers can actually breed bacteria or worse, fungi.
So, hindi talaga totoo, sir, yung tinatawag na pasma.
Siguro ma'am, hindi pasma tawag natin doon. Pero kasi...
in medical field.
Yes,
in medical
Hindi sila
field.
naniniwala.
Oo, hindi naniniwala.
Siguro, liwanagin natin sa mga bata, hindi namin sinasabi. Ganito yan mga anak, siyempre, pag pawis na pawis ka, kahit yung halaman, pag nabilad siya sa araw ng matagal, tapos binuhusan mo ng tubig na malamig, may malalantay halaman. Hindi namin sinasabi maligo kayo ng malamig na tubig. Yan. At least as much as possible, pwede kahit maligam-gam na tubig, pwede kayo maligo agad. Ha? Yung mga basketball player, pagkatapos nilang maglaro,
magpakulo muna sila ng tubig.
Kasi meron silang heater. Diba? Tayo naman, nagpapalit tayo ng tubig. Tama, di ba?
Yes.
So, ganun din yon. So, hindi ka mapapasma. Pero, hindi rin naman maganda kung mismo malamig na tubig. Baka mamaya may tinatawag ng calambria, tatawag nila dun sa sobrang lamig
Oo, may English yun, sir.
Diba?
Yes, sir. Much better din siguro na kapag nanggaling sila sa mga tiring na mga trabaho, ganyan, take a rest muna. For how many minutes before they're going to take a bath.
Actually, ganito po sinasabi ha. Pasma being a folk illness is not described in medical textbooks. Okay po? Discussed in medical schools, nor is recognized by modern medical sciences. Although Pinoy's believe pasma is real, medically speaking, it does not exist. Pasma kasi tawag natin, pero hindi talaga siya pasma tawag. Yun ang ibig sabihin yun. Dear learners, it is a must to take a bath every day because taking baths has great physical and mental health benefits. One benefit is cleanliness. Bathing cleans your skin, helping you avoid irritation, inflammation, and sore caused by dead skin cell accumulation. The bacterial and fungal load from contact in your environment can also accumulate, increasing the risk of infection. Kaya kailangan pa rin natin maghugas ng kamay, lalo na sa panahon ngayon na tayo po ay nasa panahon pa rin ng pandemic. Ayan, maghugas ng kamay bago kumain at pagkatapos kumain. Ayan. Next po.
Nalinawan tayo doon about pasma.
Yan po ang inyong matatanggap kay Dr. Dennis.
Doktor na siya ngayon, hindi na siya mathematician.
At ito pa, yan. O sige mga anak, anong pamahiin yan? O yan, parang ganun.
Anong belief or pamahiin?
Yan, okay.
Sinasabi ng picture.
Let us describe the picture for the sake of those who are listening via radio.
Yes.
Okay.
Yan. May makita tayo dyan na walis tambo, merong daspat.
Pero walang nagwawalis.
At madilim. Ano ibig sabihin yan?
Madilim.
Yan. Ano po yung...
Hindi lang na picturean yung nagwawalis, pero nagwawalis yan. Sa kadiliman.
Hindi lang natin nakikita.
Ayan na, may sumagot na. Sabi ni J. Kamay Pasilaw, bawal magwalis kapag gabi. As ni Timoteo, do not sweep the floor at night. Huwag magwalis ng gabi sa labas kasi malas daw.
Okay.
Ang pangalan niya, Mark Alwin Padaong. Ayan.
Got the
Ikaw
correct
na.
answer.
Ayun.
Okay, congratulations.
Yan. Ang tawag natin dyan ay sweeping at night is malas. Tama, nakuha mo, Mark, ha? Oo. This is a popular superstition that every household follows. One should not be sweeping at night as to sweep away the good luck. Aside from good luck, you also be sweeping away the wealth that is bestowed upon the house. So, bawal daw magwalis kasi daw ay malas.
Pero ano yung totoo dito, Sir Dennis?
Ang katotohanan dyan, noong unang panahon, ayan, totoo naman, dito unang panahon kasi yan, talagang pinagbabawalan ng mga matatanda ang mga anak, apo na magwalis sa gabi, hindi dahil malas, kundi kapag meron, kasi di ba, ang bahay kasi noon di ba, pag madilim nga naman, kapag mayroong nawalang isang bagay, hindi na, mahirap nang hanapin kapag nawalis. Yan. So, yun ang sinasabi lang, huwag magwawalis. Nabigyan na siguro ng ibang interpretation yan. Pero yung kasi ang parang okay din, di ba? Kasi sa umaga, makikita mo siya, madaling makita. Pero sa gabi, pag winalis mo na kasi yan, hindi mo na mahanap yung
mahalagang bagay na nahulog mo.
Pag nagwalis ka daw ng gabi, ay pinapalabas mo ang swerte.
Ibalik ang swerte. Sabi nga, di ba? May kanta yun ibalik ang swerte. Sabi niya, yan. Okay, so thank you ha, mga anak.
Yes, thank you so much, Sir Dennis, and congratulations to all the winners. Okay, 20 points will be given to those who joined the game, and 30 points will be given to those who got the correct answers. Okay, the two pictures given in the game have something to do with our lesson for today. This is all about beliefs. And convictions.
Sabi ni Renante Laksamana Thomas Jr., huwag magwalis kung may namatay.
Isa din yung paniniwala, sir, ng ating mga ninuno. Hanggang ngayon naman, sir, di ba, pinapanatili natin yung paniniwala na yan. Oo.
As a sign of respect
as a sign of respect sa namayapa.
Yes, ayan.
Okay, so let's now talk about belief. Okay, pamati in Ilocano. Okay, what is belief? Simply, a belief is something that an individual considers as the truth. A person can believe in various things such as cultural or personal faith or religion, morality or values. Belief expresses viewpoints, but it is not based on facts and other evidences. So, ang paniniwala, hindi siya nakabase sa mga ebidensya. Wala siyang scientific basis. Okay, a belief is also an opinion, which is why it cannot serve as the basis for a formal argument. Beliefs are very personal ideas and cannot be rejected because they express an opinion. Okay, so let's respect the beliefs of other people. Okay, as human beings, we all have our very own belief system. For example, let us take religion. In each religion, there are various beliefs. These beliefs are different from one religion to another. Followers of various religions consider these sets of beliefs as their reality. They acknowledge these beliefs and make it a part of them. Okay, for example, example of a belief. Okay, Maranaos believe that the world was created by the great being Bathala and that it has 7 layers. Okay, that is the belief of Maranaos.
Okay, yes. Oh, Sir Dennis, I have a question. Sir Dennis, I have a question. Who are the Maranaos?
Ayan. Thank you, Teacher Ninya. That's a good question.
That's a good question.
That's a good question. Okay, the Maranao people or Maranao is the term used by the Philippine government to refer to the southern indigenous people who are the people of the lake, a predominantly Muslim Lanao province region of the Philippine island of Mindanao. Gaya ng mga ATAS or sa Palanan may tinatawag tayo Agta. Agta kasi sa tabing ilog sila naninirahan.
Indigenous people.
Yes.
Okay, they have their own culture. Makikita naman natin sa picture nila. Yan yung mga Maranaos.
Yes.
So,
ang ganda ng national costume nila, no?
Yes, ang ganda.
Wow.
And they are good people, ha?
Okay.
Mabait sila.
Napaka-conservative ng kanilang pagdadamit. Okay, so thank you so much, Teacher Ninya and Teacher Dennis. Let's continue. about beliefs. Okay, another example is, I believe that heaven is where good people go after death. Okay, we consider that as a belief, Sir Dennis, because
Yes.
We usually believe that good people go to heaven and bad people go to the underground.
Kasi kaya sa
Underground.
bagamat tinatawag siyang belief kasi.
The place under.
Oo. Tinatawag siyang belief, ulitin natin na kasi nagiging opinion yan kasi wala siyang basihan scientifically.
Yes, wala siyang scientific belief
But,
na heaven exists.
Yes, but it doesn't mean na hindi totoo. But I mean, ibig sabihin, pwedeng totoo sa'yo, pwedeng totoo sa iba, ay pero hindi totoo sa iba. Parang ganun, ha?
Yes,
Huwag niyo
belief
pagkakamali.
siya.
Huwag kayong mag-alala, mga anak, naniniwala kami sa langit at
Langit at impyerno, ganun. Okay, another example. Okay, in my own opinion,
yan.
the use of face mask is not enough to save ourselves from the virus. Okay, that is also a belief. It is an opinion of a person.
In my own opinion.
In my own opinion.
Yes.
Okay, another example. I think the gender of the guest will be revealed by the dropping of the utensils. Okay, naniniwala ka ba dun, Sir Den?
I think, sabi niya
I think. Okay.
Pag nahulog na yung kutsara, di
yung
ba?
kutsara, babae. Kapag tinidor naman,
Lalaki.
lalaki daw. Yun yung bisita. Kapag
Tapos,
nahulog yung...
Diba, pag daw nahulog yung baso, meron daw mamamatay.
Kapag nahulog ang baso at nabasag, may
Aksidente.
may masamang mangyayari. Okay,
Diba?
so...
Hindi lang baso, kahit plato, ganun.
Diba
Kaya,
kasi sa panahon namin, meron kasi panahon namin, pag gumadaw kami, pag aalis yung tao, pinapaikot yung ano, alam niyo ba yun?
Yung
Pinapaikot
baso?
Hindi, pinapaikot yung plato.
Yung plato.
bakit?
Anong dahilan?
Para daw hindi raw maligaw at maligtas daw sa kapahamakan. Eh sabi ko naman nung ginagawa sa akin ng pamangkin ko yun, sabi ko, huwag mong ganyanin, bakit may hilo ko? Sabi ko talaga.
Sa paniniwala lang ito, Sir
Yes,
Dennis.
oo.
That is not based on
Scientific
proven
basis.
belief lang siya. So what is the difference between belief and conviction? So Teacher Jarlene will discuss about conviction. So take it away, Teacher Jarlene.
Okay, so let's talk about convictions. Okay, a conviction is a bit different to a belief because an individual becomes convinced of something after he has a thorough knowledge and understanding of all the available information. Okay, so conviction is based on knowledge and understanding. Okay, not just like the other one, which is belief. Okay,
yes.
a conviction is something that an individual is convinced of. To be convinced, you need to obtain all the related information. Based on the information that the conviction is built, a belief changes with time and new experiences, yet conviction remains the same. Okay. However, conviction is more complex than a belief as it becomes a point of view of the world. Once a conviction has been formed, it is difficult for the individual to see the world in a different light. He only sees things in the light of his conviction. This is because, unlike a belief that can change, a conviction has a very deep roots. Okay? It is true that in a belief, the individual accepts and acknowledges something. However, in a conviction, a much more complex process takes place where the conviction becomes a point of view through which the individual comprehends the world. Okay. The impact of a conviction has on a person is extreme. Napakalaki daw ng impact. It can even affect the very self of the individual. Okay? So, tandaan natin na ang conviction is based on knowledge and understanding. May basehan siya. It has a basis. Okay? One example.
We can say that based from his or her experience.
Oh, yes.
Already.
One example is, yes, based on experiences, based on facts, based on studies, ganyan. Kaya, mas bigger yung paniniwala niya kaysa dun sa belief kasi may mga patotoo na. Okay? So, the first example is, I believe that Jesus Christ is our Savior. Okay? In this example, saan kaya nakuha ng nagsabi nito yung kanyang paniniwala or understanding. Okay? So,
I believe that Jesus Christ is our Savior.
Nakuha niya.
That is based from
the Bible. Okay.
Yes, from the Bible.
That is based from the Bible. Okay, next, number 2. It is my personal conviction that giving is better than receiving. Dito naman siguro in his or her own experience.
Yes, that's
okay?
Na-build up sa kanyang
Yes.
experiences.
Okay, next. In my experience, the best way to lose weight is through a controlled diet and good exercise. Ayan. Kung sino man ang nagsabi niyan. In her own experience.
Yung mataba na nagpapayat.
Oo.
Okay, nag-diet daw siya. At nag-exercise. Wow.
Kaya yun ang conviction na tinatawag.
Yes.
Based din yan sa mga studies, sir, na
Yes.
the best way to lose weight is diet and then
Controlled
exercise.
diet.
Okay, yes, that's right.
Yan. Yan, okay.
Okay, so thank you so much, Teacher Jarlene. I know that our learners learned a lot. Now let's listen to Teacher Nina to give us more knowledge about the expressions used in expressing your belief or conviction. So take it away, Ma'am Nina.
Yes, thank you, Ma'am Claudine. Okay, dear learners, here are some examples of expressions used in expressing your belief or convictions. Okay, so these are the words. I think, I believe, I guess, I feel, in my opinion, in my experience, okay? Yes. As far as I know, my impression is that, I would say that, speaking personally, I have the feeling that, or some people say that, we have also from my point of view. As far as I am concerned, I'd like to point out that I suggest that we have also, well, it is considered that, and for me. Okay, I repeat, my dear students, these are all examples of expressions used in expressing belief and or conviction.
Yes.
So I want you to look at the editorial flash on your screen. So the example sentences are given. Number 1, from my point of view, our world is still chained to the coronavirus. Number 2, I don't agree with the picture because I believe that we can free ourselves from the virus and it is only a matter of being obedient to the safety guidelines. And for number 3, I think that the world is being punished with the coronavirus.
Yes.
So, my dear learners, so what are the expressions used in the given sentences? So we have, for number 1, from my
point of view.
Okay, how about for number 2?
I believe.
I believe. And for number 3?
I think.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Teacher Nina, for giving us more of our lesson. So now let's have Teacher Dennis for our activity.
Okay, now, let's check if you understood the lesson about beliefs and conviction. This is the direction. Write belief if the sentence states a belief, and conviction if the sentence states a conviction. Okay pa? So here's number 1. Don't forget to write your name, section, item number, and your answer. Tatanggap kayo ng 20 pesos worth of load sa mga mapipili namin tama ang sagot. Okay, number 1. I strongly believe that God created the heaven and earth in 7 days. Is it what? Is it belief or conviction? Okay, that's answer here. Sabi niya ni Mamad, I believe.
Si Florita, believe.
Believe.
Aslin, conviction. Asli, conviction.
Valerie, conviction. Kate,
iba-iba
Mamad,
sila
believe.
ng sagot, Sir Dennis.
Sige, tignan natin. What is the correct answer?
The correct answer is
Conviction.
So it is a strong belief.
Yes,
Strongly
so,
believe.
Anak, Ashley, nagkaroon ka na, bigay naman natin pagkakataon kay Valerie Velasco. Okay.
Valerie Velasco.
Valerie Velasco.
Ng
Ayan.
7.
Jacinto.
Okay. So
Anak ko
congratulations.
yan. Wow.
Congratulations, Valerie. And next, in my passionate view, life is good. Ano yan?
Belief or conviction.
Right?
Yes, key in your answer, dear
Sabi
learners.
ni Ryan May Ballesteros Dizon, conviction. Sabi ni Ashley Timoteo, belief. Ashley Timoteo, belief. Sarah Lee Tan, belief. Peter Emmanuel, belief. So, what is the answer?
The answer is
Belief.
Okay. So life is good maybe in your point of view, but to other people it might not
Yes.
be.
Aslin and Ashley, salamat sa mga sagot. Bigay natin ng pagkakataon kay Sarah Lee Tan ng 7 Newtown.
Sarah Lee?
Nanalo na si Sarah
na
Lee?
siya?
O, si Abo na lang. Si Peter Emmanuel na lang kung gano'n.
Peter Emmanuel.
Peter Emmanuel,
Okay,
salamat
congratulations.
anak. Sarah Lee ha, salamat anak. Sa lahat po ng mga sumagot, Jamaica, John Zalo, Valerie, sa lahat po ng mga sumagot, maraming salamat. Number 3. Meron pa tayo number 3?
Meron,
Okay,
sir.
magalaga number 10 ito. Tama ba? Number 10.
Hanggang
Ayan,
three lang,
ito
sir.
yung pangatlong talong.
Wala na tayong time.
Tanong, I believe that cigarette smoking is dangerous to your health.
So is it a belief or conviction?
I believe that cigarette smoking is dangerous to your health. Sabi ni Kit, sabi ni Ashley? Ashley ulit, sabi niya believe. Sabi ni Ashley, believe. Sabi ni Kit, believe.
Peter Emmanuel,
conviction. Princess Prexley, Badamba, believe. Ayan, ano pong sagot natin ay?
Conviction.
Yes, conviction.
Oh, is it conviction?
John Andre Salo 7 Mabini, conviction.
It is based on understanding and knowledge, di ba?
Oo, di ba?
May mga patotoo na rin tayo.
Scientific
Belief.
Yes, that's why
Kasi-
it is conviction. That
Yes.
cigarette smoking is dangerous
To
your
your
health.
health.
Pag sinabi kasi natin yung conviction, parang siya, mahirap siyang i-contest pa. Mahirap pa
Yes.
siyang baliin kasi parang yun ay talaga.
Convincido ka na kasi. Kasi kaya nga conviction from the word convince. You are convinced already. And cigarette smoking is dangerous to your health. There's already a what you call scientific basis.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Congratulations, winners! Go ba?
Okay, so thank you, Sir Dennis. At this moment, may I know if you listened well? Okay, so what have you learned today, my dear learners? You may key in your answers in the chat box. Okay, so go, my dear learners. What is our lesson for today?
Ay, andang lesson natin ngayon, mga anak. Pakilagay niyo
What
sa
have you learned
What did we
from
discuss
our
or what have you
lesson?
learned?
Yung buo ha, buo,
Yung
huwag isa lang.
buo. Yes.
Okay.
Si John Radel, sabi
Okay.
niya, conviction.
Kit, Mamawad,
According to
Magaway.
Kit
Yes, sige.
Mamuad Magaway, in this lesson, I have learned about beliefs, okay? That belief is based on personal views or opinions, while convictions is based on knowledge and understanding. I also learned the expressions used in expressing beliefs and convictions. Wow, very good,
Very
Kit.
good.
Kate
Panalo ka na.
Mamuad.
So, ikaw na. Ikaw
Yes,
na.
ikaw
Oh,
na.
good na.
Okay, Kate,
Sige.
thank you so
Thank you
much
so
for
much.
your answer. You
Galing.
are correct. Okay.
Okay, so this time, this teacher Jarlene, sino yung bibigyan natin ng load doon, ma'am?
Si Mamuad na lang.
Si Mamuad na lang.
Si Kate. Okay, so this time, teacher Jarlene and teacher Ninya will give more activities to evaluate your learnings.
Okay. So, let us proceed to the evaluation part. Let's check if you really understood the lesson by answering this activity. Okay. So, what are you going to do? You're going to study and analyze the picture given, then complete the given expressions to come up with a belief. Okay. For those who are watching via live stream, you can see the picture. Ayan. And those who are listening via radio, okay, let us describe the picture for you. Okay.
Di ba yung ano yan? Batang tumatakbo.
Yes. Ready for punta na siya sa eskwelahan. Ready for face-to-face.
Naka-face mask yung bata.
Okay.
Ng icon or image na
with the presence of COVID. Virus. Parang hinahabol siya.
So, ibig sabihin na yan, itong bata ay pupunta sa school.
Yes.
Pero alam naman natin na meron pa ring COVID. Ayan
Sa kabila ng banta ng COVID. Okay.
Pero alert level 1 naman na tayo, di ba? Wala na tayong kwan.
Wala na masyado.
Oo, wala na masyado.
Yes.
Okay. So, anong gagawin natin ngayon? Hintayin natin yung sagot? Ano ba yun?
Okay, so our students will look for their partner and then
sige po.
They will call us via our cell phone number or via the messenger. Okay, the number is 09066 788 067.
Ayan, tumawag na kayo.
0906 678 8067. Okay, so
yes.
Meron na ba?
May tumatawag na ba?
Ayan.
Sino yung caller natin ngayon? Para ibigay yung kanyang sagot dito sa ating evaluation. Mukhang na-late, Sir Dennis, yung ating wifi na naman.
Meron na?
Wala pa.
Ayan, so habang wala yung napili or tatawag, basahin muna natin yung mga sagot dito. Ayan may mga sagot na tayo.
Correct.
Ayun nga pala, sige.
Okay, sabi ni Kit, Mamuad, magawa. Some people say that face mask is essential in preventing virus. Okay. Sabi ni Mario naman, in my opinion, outside is dangerous with lots of virus. Siguro pagpunta daw sa face-to-face ay kasi nga may banta pa rin daw. Mag-iingat tayo, okay? We are going to follow all the safety protocols. Okay, yan.
Safety protocol should be
followed. Okay?
Pasensya na tayo, wala daw load yung bata.
Hindi na sila makatawa.
Walang load ang mga
okay,
anak
next
natin.
na si Princess. Sabi niya, some people say that face mask is used to prevent any symptoms caused by the COVID-19 virus. Okay?
Wow. Ang gaganda. Very good.
Ayan!
Ayan! May caller na.
Sir Dennis.
Ayan, sige.
Kausapin natin, Sir Dennis. Yung tumatawag.
Hello. Ang dami naman ito. Hello.
Loudspeaker mo naman.
Naka-loudspeaker.
Dalawa sila, Sir Dennis.
Hello.
Wow.
Hello.
Sino yun?
Ako.
Hello.
Mukhang
Ayan,
mahina ang wifi
meron.
natin.
Hello, anak. Hello. Ayan. Sino yung tumatawag?
Hindi
Sino po
ata
sila?
narinig, Sir Dennis.
Sino?
Rita Nabel Akupido po.
Rita Akupido. Sino kasama mo dyan, anak? Sino kasama mo?
Jello po.
Jello. Ayan. Si Jello kasama niya.
Yes.
Ba't nagsasama kayo ngayon? Joke lang. Hindi, anak. Sige, anak.
Magkasama lang sila, sir,
magkasama
sa
lang daw sila.
messenger.
Okay, anak. Meron tayong tanong, ha? So, ano ang sagot natin sa tanong natin? Sino pa nasasagot sa inyo una? Sige, ikaw muna, anak. Sige.
Some people say that face-to-face learning is better than online learning because students also benefit from socialization with classmates,
and interaction with teachers which had been stopped by COVID-19.
Yes, very good. Some people say nga naman na better talaga para sila.
Yes, face-to-face learning is
face-to-face
better than
learning.
online
Tapos yung
learning.
pangalawa, si Jello.
How about Jello?
How about
Yes.
Jello?
Si Jello naman, sir.
In my opinion, it is important to follow safety protocols during the conduct of face-to-face classes because there is still a threat of COVID-19.
Yes, ang galing niya,
Yes,
diba?
ang galing naman ng mga
There's still a
sentences
threat
na.
of COVID-19. Thank you, anak. Ayan. Tawag ito. Ano ba sabihin natin pa? Okay. Thank you very much, anak, sa mga sagot ninyo, ha? Sana patuloy lamang kayo nakikinig. Tandaan nyo, hintayin nyo lang yung mga kanyo, ha? Mga loads nyo. Ma'am, nakuha niyo yung pangalan? Ferrita
and
Okay,
Jello.
Ferrita and Jello, thank you very much for calling. Thank you.
Yes, wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Rita
much.
and
Jello.
So they give us, they completed the
Actually,
expressions
tumawag
given.
sila through messenger, naka-consult.
Naka-group chat.
Oo.
Wow,
Naka-group
talaga
call.
naman.
Group call.
Ibig sabihin talagang ready silang
ready
sumagot
sila.
for the
Yes.
collaboration.
Yes.
Thank you. Ayan.
For Rita and Jello. So give us your cell phone number for your cell phone load. Thank you so much. Now, Sir Dennis. So, malapit na yung ating face-to-face, Sir Dennis. So, what are your tips for our students?
Yan, tips na tayo, no?
Tips na to, ha? Dahil malapit na ating face-to-face.
That will be on April 18.
Yay! Ayan, ha? Oy, bago yan, makinig kayo mabuti mga anak.
For grade 7 and 10 only.
Correct. For
7 and
grades
8,
7 and 10.
Ito ang dapat yung intindihin when we're going to back to school, safety tips for students. First, wear face mask as required. Leave hands off eyes, nose, and mouth. Parang ang tawag, huwag hawakan
Huwag
lagi.
hawakan.
Yes.
Hawakan yung mga mata niyo. Use a tissue or elbow to cough and sneeze.
Kapag umuubo, kailangan
May tissue or
ay gumamit ng
elbow.
Kapag hatching, pag nauubo ka, wag ka nang pumasok.
Sabi rito, stay at home if sick.
Yes, that's right.
Stay at home.
Papasok ka na kung yun ang pilitin, ha? Baka
Oo,
mamaya,
tama.
ha? Keep your items to yourself. Okay?
Walang naghihiraman.
Walang naghihiraman.
Lalo na
Walang
yung mga
hiraman
ballpen.
ng gamit.
Ay, ang galing. Yung mga, magagalit dito yung mga mahilig humingi ng papel.
Papel. At humirang ng
Bawal
ballpen.
Bawal nang humingi ng papel.
Bawal na.
Mag-share ng gamit.
Wala na.
Wash your hands often. Yan, palagian yung
Yes.
Palaging maghugas ng kamay.
Stay at least 6 feet apart.
Ayun,
Malayo-layo.
ano yan?
Distancing.
Social distancing.
Yes.
Stay 6 feet yan. Bibilangin namin ang kapaan ninyo. Keep desk and supplies clean.
Oo,
Yes.
panatilihing malinis ang mga gamit.
Yes, wag yung didilaan nyo para lagi malinis. Bawal yan, ha? Hindi dapat may alcohol kayo, ha? Oo.
Yes.
Be a support for your talk to an adult about concerns. Tama?
Oh, pag may mga katanungan, ask your teacher or your parents.
Correct.
Di ba may nararamdaman sila, gano'n, di ba?
Kailangan sabihin na nila kaagad, sir.
Ma'am, masakit ang ulo ko, gano'n.
Yes.
Oh, para alam ng teacher.
Yes.
Kung saan ka lalagay, sa taas ba, sa bubong, o sa kabila. Laman na ka, joke
Sir
lang.
Dennis, ha?
Be a support for your friends. Ayan. Ay, bawal yun, ha? Ay, bawal yun. Support lang.
Kuha na lang, i-chat mo na lang.
Oo,
Yes.
chat na lang, yes.
And learn how to keep yourself safe.
Yes, that's
Okay,
right.
yan.
Lagi
So,
mo babantay ang sarili mo para hindi...
lagi. Okay, so, thank you so much, Teacher Dennis, for giving us those safety tips for all of us, okay? Not only for the students. Okay, back to school safety tips.
Dahil ma'am, hindi yan belief, ha? Hindi yan conviction yan.
Conviction yan. Totoo yan. Based on scientific facts. Yes. Okay, so hanggang dito na lang yung ating live discussion for today. Congratulations to those who got the correct answers in all the activities. I hope this segment helped you understand the lesson for the second week. See you again next week. Before ending this session, may we have again your teachers in English. Teacher Ninya, Teacher Jarlene, and Teacher Dennis.
Yes. Tandaan natin, ma'am, ha? Belief conviction. Bagamat parang magkakapareho sila, meron silang pagkakaiba.
Difference
kahit paano,
talaga.
ha? Okay. Salamat po at hopefully kita tayo.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you
magkita
so
tayo
much.
again next week.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much and God bless us all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Facts and information. Today's learning for you normal with capable teachers whose heart and soul are divine. Delivered knowledge inside your home through 106.3 Dance Radio. Fully dedicated to serve the public in tribute to education, reproduce of radio-based instruction. We are pleased to deliver the utmost aim of education. Only here on 106.3 TWDR-FM. Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Dance Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan. Ang istasyong magbibigay impormasyon kahit saan man.
For something big. Alright, here we go.
106.3 Dance Radio. Doña Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela.
This
106.3 DWDR-FM.